We are back. It's happening. This night, the most epic live stream YouTube has ever seen. Or not. But I figured it would be a good idea to jump on, talk to my folks. I know a lot of you guys are worried about me, stressed out. But as you can see, I remain in good spirits one day at a time. What's up, Pumpkin Patch? Finding myself trying to navigate through this crisis while simultaneously navigate through this newfound love interest of mine. I don't believe in coincidence. It's funny how the best thing comes with the worst thing, and now I find myself in this position. How tall are you? I'm 6'4". That's 1 meter 94 centimeters. I am worried. Will you go home if necessary? If necessary, yes, I'll go to Belgium. Guys, I feel like a lot of you think I'm like legit not all there. I'm taking calculated risks here, okay? To this moment, until this day, knock on wood, there's no pus coming out, there's no signs of infection, I'm keeping it clean. So I'm taking a calculated risk to go all in on my current life. Should it get to a point where it gets really bad and I see no other option but to retreat and go back to Belgium, I'm going back to Belgium. I'm not crashing out like I'm not as dumb as you think. Is she Mexican? No, she's not. She's actually from Guatemala. I don't know why I said it like that. Guatemala. I don't like how my hair is looking. Mm. And she's actually on the way over here right now. Not that she's gonna appear on the live stream. That's not what I'm saying. But um, yeah, I have about 45 minutes until she arrives. So let's talk. Sending love from Canada. Shout out to Canada, man. Shout out Iwa. Shout out Pumpkin Patch, Musa, Ozzy. To make matters worse, I'll give you guys a little. I actually just booked an Airbnb in this. So okay, in Mexico, it's Semana Santa, which is literally like the Holy Week, the whole Easter thing, and that's like a big deal here. Mexico is hyper Catholic religious, and so tomorrow and Friday I have work off, so I have a 4-day weekend coming up. So I decided, well, we decided to do a little getaway, a little romantic getaway this weekend. So I just booked the Airbnb. Definitely in terms of my expenses, because I've talked about my finances before. It's funny how when pending doom is upon you, you're definitely more willing to be more frugal and spend a little bit more. How old is your girl? She's 27, but she's turning 28 in in 13 days. Yes, the 29th. Um, so we are 9 years apart, which is honestly pretty ideal. I'm not gonna lie. I like that. It also depends, of course, on where the people are at in age. Like a 9 year age difference would not be ideal. If I was 30, that would be more, But in this case, it is pretty absolutely perfect. Yeah. It's crazy, man. Like, honestly, and this is why I'm doing this live because I want to share like what's happening right now in my mind. It's just like half of the time I don't think it's real, and then half of the time I'm like, I stuck to the program, I stuck to my vision, I stuck to my philosophy, and I I put myself in position, man. I put myself in position. And one of the biggest cliches is that it's kind of like that whole thing about water. Like Bruce Lee was really big on that. Like be water. Like don't try to force things. Like the thing is, I always try to force things. Like I'll admit to that. Um, and I think that comes from me having. Well, that comes from me being me. Also, me being doing sales. For example, sales is like if you try 100 times, you're gonna sell one time. If you call 1,000 people, you're gonna have one sale. And so I've always approached life that way. That's why I've always preached Bumble. That's why I'm heavy, on using apps, to meet people. That's why I do like cold approaches, all that stuff. And I've been doing that for years. And I mean, I guess I could say I've been kind of successful, but not really if you look at the effort that I have to put in. Um, and so now this whole situation basically came about from it happening to me, which is ironic, right? The minute that you stop trying to force things, things start happening. The minute you let go, and the minute you surrender, and the minute you're like, I have no control over this, good things happen. And that's a lesson that I never really wanted to learn because I don't like that. I don't like this notion, this idea that I don't control my fate. But I'll be damned if this isn't a pretty convincing argument. Touche. All right, guys, 7 minutes in. Let's get some questions popping. I don't have that much time. I know we have a lot of new subscribers to the channel. Um, I don't know if it works this way, but can't you go home, get treatment, and come back? So the issue is due to the complicated nature of what happened to me and the fact that I'm dealing with radiated tissue, and radiated tissue never heals again. It never gets better from the day it's radiated. It basically dies a chronically slow death. So I say all that to say I'm worried that I spend. Oh, by the way, guys, this how did I not mention this? Today, day on day, is 2 years in the Mexico, literally. So this is my 2 year Mexico anniversary. I arrived here two years ago on the day. That's real. What's up, Ben? Um, and so back to your question, I'm worried about the fact I've built this whole thing, and I'm scared that I'm gonna get stuck in Belgium because once you go in the medical system, and there's one thing I've learned, you don't know when you're coming out. There's no guarantees, and so I would rather stretch this cookie as thin as I possibly can, while simultaneously building what I have with this new person as much as I can before I jump ship. That's kind of where I'm at, honestly. I think it makes perfect sense. I think my plan is waterproof because there's no point in me rushing to go to Belgium to get healthy to then do what? You know what I'm saying? Like, I find myself having adopted a very nihilistic approach of life, and I look at people older than me, and I look at people giving me advice or like, and I always ask myself, would you want to trade places with one of these people in the future? Like, do you see somebody that's 45, 50, 55, 60, and like, is there anyone for that matter who of whom you feel they've got it figured out? And it pains me to say I haven't met that man or woman. I feel like no one knows what the hell they're doing. So that's why I'm kind of going all in. I've been toying with this philosophical concept that everything is really simple. and that we make it so complicated. And but really, it's really about life is really basic, and we're all very basic, and we're all kind of the same. And I do truly believe that the grand purpose of life is to find love, to feel love, and to be conscious and grateful when you have found love. Understand the fact that it's going to end. Understand the fact that nothing lasts forever. It can be 2 days, it can be 2 weeks, it can be 2 years, it can be 2 months. But that's why you have to enjoy it while you're in it. The minute that you start, the second that you start looking ahead, the second that you start taking it for granted and using it as a way, as a stepping stone, that's when you lose the plot. That's when you fall down. That's when it all falls down. That's when you lose it. And I know because I have lost it. I have lost it before. And I always say the greatest ability of a person is his ability to learn from his mistakes. And I feel like I haven't met many people that learn from their mistakes. I feel like most people just grieve and feel bad and then they do the same dumb shit again. But I talk to myself all the time. Like I literally will have full on conversations when there's no one else in the room. Not in a schizo type of way, more like there's something that happens when you say things out. Um, and I've just like every night, every time that I walk back from the gym, all depressed, tears in my eyes, and I was like, I have a whole ass day ahead of me, and I don't know how I'm gonna like, make it through. Just remember this. Remember this pain next time that you find yourself in a position where you have encountered love, and you have encountered that what you are seeking for, and just remember this. And I took note. I took note time and time again. Um, if you didn't meet your girl, would you go back home? Probably. Yeah. Yeah. I haven't said that out loud yet, but I guess yes. Yeah. It's kind of ludicrous, right? To be born in the first world in Mexico, in Belgium, and then to like willingly move to a second, some might argue, third world country, and then be like, well, I'm staying. It's kind of like I get how that might come across as crazy. It's just that I've done the math on what good health means to me without love and or what life means to me without love. And it's just bland and it just sucks and it's just like it doesn't suck. It's good for the gains. I get nice and big when I'm sad. I always say there's a negative correlation between my physique and my how I feel. So the worse I feel, the bigger I get. That's why right now I'm fucking jacked because I just had 6 horrible months. So I take it out on the gym and I get jacked to the gills. But that doesn't make me happy. Not really. It's just a drug. The gym is just a drug. A way to cope. But the best way to cope. Don't get it twisted now. We're still about that life. Ain't nothing better than listening to some Whitney Houston and pumping out some fucking arm curls. I hope you get the health care you need. Please take care of yourself. Thank you. From Egypt, love. May I ask where you met her? So I was going to this ghetto ass gym. I talked about this in the video, dog, but I'll do a super short recap just because I like you, Aussie. By the way, guys, 19 people, 11 thumbs. The math ain't nothing. Gotta get more thumbs. Big shout out to QB Passport flexing with the generous donation. People like you keep this channel afloat. By the way, today I hit 5 million. I hit 5 million views today in total. So that's like a huge milestone. So how do I meet my girl? I spent the last year and a half going to the most ghetto gym in Mexico City that you can imagine. It's in Doctores, which is literally the hood. And because I like that energy, I like to take off my shirt when I train. I like to get all nasty and like an ah. But then I was like, I'm not putting myself in position to meet higher educated women that like fitness and that might potentially be into big dudes with blonde hair that are tall. You see what I'm saying? Um, Like, I mean, girls just that like fitness guys. So it finally clicked, and the fact that they shot somebody in the head helped. That was like I took that as a sign. I feel like the Fresh Prince of Bel Air, you know that song, the intro song, where he's like he got beat up in Philadelphia and then he like moved to Bel Air. I didn't get beat up, but somebody got shot in the head. I feel like same. Um, and so that's why I was like, let me join this fancy gym. And I joined this fancier gym, not even that fancy, honestly, but just like a nice gym in a nice area. Area is called Condesa. Condesa is like the nicest area in Mexico City. That's where all the gringos go, all the Americans. Pumpkin Patch, I love you. Thank you so much. Double double salute for you. I appreciate you guys so much. Um, and so I trained her one day, kept to myself, scoping out the area, quickly figured out that I was going to be the biggest guy in the gym, asserted dominance, trained legs on my first day so they never see it coming. You train legs the first day. You don't show them the pump. You don't show them the arm. You don't show them the pecs. You don't see it coming. You scope it out. You scope it out. So then when you know where all the machines are, next day you hit them, boom. Now it's chest. Now it's chest. Now the delts are 3D pop in. Twice as big. I'm talking three's the final four of the status. So anyway, next day I'm in the park minding my beeswax, minding my business, and she basically, not basically, I don't know why I said basically, such an annoying filler word. She sat down next to me and I engaged, and he was like, I know you already. You go to my gym. Then I told that story in the video, man. Watch the goddamn videos. Goddamn. Matt's visions. I feel inspired by you. You're an awesome person. I appreciate you, dog. I appreciate you. What do your parents think? I can't tell them. I can't tell them because they'll panic. And I love them to death. I love my mom to death, and she's the reason I'm still alive. She's the reason that I made it through my two cancer. It wasn't me. It wasn't me being a motivational like no, it was my mom. It was my mom. Visitation hours were from 2 p.m. until 8 p.m. and she was there at 9 a.m. in the morning until 9 p.m. And she sat next to my dad with a big smile every day. I owe everything to her, but I can't tell her that right now. I can't tell her that because she's gonna worry, and she's gonna panic, and she's gonna tell me to come home, and I can't do that right now. God damn, you motherfuckers got me tuning up. All right. Do you think? Oh, sorry, I never answered the question. QB nightlife vlogs in Mexico City coming soon, bro. I'm not really about that nightlife, to be honest with you, man. Like, I'm not. I'm all about that health life. I'm all about that early morning life. I'm all about that. Get your protein in, get your fish oil in. I'm a big nightlife guy. I always joke that had I come to Mexico City when I was 26, I would have been dead right now. Because when I was 26, I was rowdy. I would get into fights. I would start fights. Mm, I would, I went out here. There's this fancy place called Supra, and I went there, and they like so like here in Mexico, if you're just like standing on the floor, you don't have the table, they treat you kind of shitty, and like this waiter just kind of shoved me to the side. I'm like, bro, you can't do that. Can't no fucking touch me. And I told him, me voy a matar, gordo. I'm gonna kill you, you fat fuck. And he did not appreciate that. And then it was a whole thing, and it was like whatever. Definitely, I was a tad bit too aggressive with the death threats. Shouldn't have done that. But that's what happens when I go out and I drink, and I'm like, I don't feel like my personal space is respected. And as soon as people touch me, I'm like, yo, fuck this shit. I can't. Don't touch me. Don't touch me. Don't put your hand on my back. None of that. So like, I know I sound dumb as hell saying that. That's why I don't go out. If you know that's how you get in those circumstances, then don't go out. So I don't go out. Not like I go out, but don't go to clubs and shit because that's what's gonna happen. Someone got shot in the head at your old gym. Bro, do you watch the videos? I mean, like, bro, yes, there's a whole video on it. Man. Someone got shot in the head. I told you. It was on the news. Canadian hitman. I'm not making this up. It's crazy. Do you think a lot of your operation complications because of the quality of the surgeons? Honestly, no, not really. Maybe the first one. Maybe my first surgeon, he was old. He was really old. But the surgeon that did all the ladder work was amazing. It's just a very hard thing to do, man. It's not really that easy to create a whole new jaw, and like they did amazing, and I'm forever grateful to my surgeons. They saved my life. Andy, hell yeah, I'm back. Have you seen a doctor yet for the piercing? No, sir, not me. You get the reference? It's like a Rick Ross song. Um, yeah, no, I'm waiting on the cita. Cita means appointment. So I'm on the list though. Yo, 13 likes. That's wild. That's wild. What's up, Veronica? You made it, girl. Yo, I totally get it. It's a recession. Dollar is plummeting. Everything is imploding. People don't got money. I get it. I get it. That's why I'm not pestering you to make donations, even though if you can, it would mean the world to me that you could send $1 to me. But I get it. All I gotta eat. But hitting that thumb literally doesn't cost a thing. Like, if you are watching my content all the time and you can't even hit the thumb, honestly, you're that person. Like, you're just like, you suck. I'm not gonna lie. That's like, imagine that there's like, I'm trying to think, that there's like, you're walking down the street and there's like buttons. You can just, and if you press the button somewhere, some poor kid gets saved. And that's you, like, not, and you're like, I'm not gonna push the button. I don't feel like it. I love that little analogy. I guess I'm the poor kid. Anyway, Sydney player, aren't you afraid of the cartels? I should be more afraid. I don't know, man. The cartels, they live off of tourism. I haven't met any of them. I stay in my lane. I'm not out here trying to move weight. Like, I'm not in the business. I'm not in the cartel business. So like they also have no incentive to hurt me. I'm just, a civilian minding my business. Veronica, shout out Arizona. I appreciate you. You're doing anything nice for Easter? Keep in contact with the family. I mean, we call all the time. We call all the time. Um, but yeah, for Easter, so I'm going to this little village outside of Mexico City with my new girl. Is Katya still in Belgium? Yes, yes, she is. She's doing great. She's thriving. It's now. My bad, common sense. My bad. My bad. Gotta check my messages real quick. Bum bum bum. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yeah, Coca-Cola. Coke Zero. I only drink Coke Zero. I don't like Coke Light. It messes me up. It makes me feel bad. I hate regular Coke. It tastes like syrup. It's way too sweet. Unpopular opinion, they absolutely nailed it with the Coke Zero formula. It's the exact right amount of sweetness, no calories. Will we ever meet your girl? So, guys, to be completely transparent here, and probably more than I should, I met her 10 days ago. So she's not even like we're not boyfriend girlfriend. Like we're dating. It's intense. A lot of nice things have been said. I'm obsessed with her, and I get the impression that she's obsessed with me. So like I say all that to say, I'm not about to be like shove the camera in her face today and be like, "Big boy Denzel back in the building, bitch." Um. So yeah, taking it as it comes. I don't want to embarrass myself. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe in 2 days I'll be like, fuck it. But I don't know. Like, yeah, is she really pretty? Honestly, okay. This is just between you and me, and this is what how many? We're like 26 minutes in. Okay, so I feel like the the people still watching at this point, I feel like you're either the Legion of 500 or you're just like a, like you're invested. So I feel like you deserve to know, is she really pretty? She's like outlandishly, ridiculously, insanely good looking. Like if I could put together my perfect woman with AI, that would be her. And the only reason I'm able to state this so confidently, like why would I say it so over the top hyperbolically? Because she is. It's kind of fucking wild. It's kind of fucking crazy. Not gonna lie. Don't know how I did it. But then again, the big boy charm is undefeated. Yes, I'm doing a jump shot, but I can't like my arms are too long. Yeah, she's really good looking. But so am I. You just like I'm fucking with you guys. Like not about her being she is good looking. Although, your fits on Instagram always go hard. I love fashion, man. I love fashion. I know I look like the average um, jersey wearing bum right now, but I love fashion. So you saying that means a lot. I take great pride in my fashion, in my clothes, and I'm not big into luxury in any type of way, besides my supplements, I guess. But like I do spend a lot of money on clothes, not designer clothes, just like sneakers and clothes and stuff. All your girls are pretty. Yeah, 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 yeah. It's ironic. It's. I just feel like I would rather like not have sex for 6 months than settle, and I need that, and I do that, and I just don't settle because the minute I settle, I lose myself. The minute I settle, cancer has won. I refuse to settle even an inkling, because that would mean that this quest and this confession and this journey has meant nothing. If I settle, how can I ask you not to settle and not to chase your dreams? And I'm big on the jackpot theory. Jackpot theory is something I came up with. I coined that phrase, and it basically means it basically debunks the entire logic of you know women don't like this or women this or like men that like grouping in, and it's like it doesn't matter that like 3 billion people don't like a certain thing or don't like short guys or don't like bald guys or like or don't like freaky weirdos, um because you only meet one. Like it it's so weird how people try to like appease this like group as if in order for you to have a relationship you have to simultaneously please and impress like 5,000 women. No, one. So I would rather settle and wait until I find that one where it works, where it clicks, and boom, 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 boom. Everybody else, I don't give a fuck. I don't care. Thank you, Ozzy. Sydney player, you're very handsome. Thank you. Did you ever cold approach in Mexico or nor dating apps? Oh yeah, I cold approach in Mexico a lot. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah. One time in the park, also in the park. The park is like a good pickup spot, honestly, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, it was successful. I just got my braids done and I all green tracksuit on and I was feeling myself. And I saw this girl, I was like, yo, let me see what's good. And I do this thing where I like, okay, so Vince Carter, this legendary NBA player, the greatest dunker of all time, he always talks about how he would not know what dunk he was going to perform as he was going up. He would like go up into the air and just kind of like improvise, like go with the flow. And so that's kind of how I used to do with cold approaching. I would like I would just I would just walk up, be like, "Hey," and then see what comes out of my mouth. And so in this instance, I this is a whole other girl, by the way. This is months ago. This is like pre-Christmas. I was just like, "Hey, I just got my hair done. Do you mind taking a picture of me?" Like, whatever. And then she did. Picture sucked, obviously. And I was like, "Give me your Instagram so I can give you credit." Ha ha ha. And then, yeah. How tall is she? She's pretty tall. She's like 1 meter 70, I think. With heels, she's like 175. I think that's how my husband got his oral cancer from aspartame. I'm just saying, okay. I mean, you can get like I'm living in Mexico City. The air quality alone is poor enough to give me cancer. So I just subbed your Instagram. Love that. Guys, if you appreciate the content, please consider hitting the thumbs up. Doesn't cost a thing. And even more incredible, if you have $1 to spare, if you want to buy me a coffee, you can click on the dollar sign below the chat box and you can make a donation to the channel. If you want to make a channel, if you want to make a donation to me in general, this is my PayPal ID, lorenz.dries@gmail.com. You can just send over whatever you feel like sending over to support the grind, the hustle, the wounded Viking himself. How do you feel enough? I never feel like I have any personality to connect the way others do. Hmm. I don't get references. I mean, it sounds like you're just a little bit socially awkward. So I feel like you should probably try to find somebody else that's socially awkward. You're, you're like an owl trying to fly with the eagles. That you should, doesn't make sense. You don't try to fit in. Be yourself because that's all you can. Like, if you can only be yourself and be authentic. So who cares that you don't get references? There's a bunch of dudes that don't get references. So it's not even about enough. Like enough for who? Enough for this artificial parameter and concept and ideal that you have created in your mind. And you are the motherfucking man. I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. Super generous donation. £4 goes a long way in Mexico City, and I really appreciate that, man. What's her first name? Okay, okay, I see you slowly and surely getting information. I appreciate you, Andy. It means a lot. So my name, as you should know, is Lorenz. Lorenz, put it in English. Her name is Laura. So she was named after Lorenzo Medici. If you know who that is, Lorenzo Medici is this like um, super famous historical figure, brilliant genius in Italy. That just the Medici family was this incredibly what's the word I'm trying to use? This incredibly renowned family who was basically running things and inventing things and changing the world. Yes, her name is Laura. Yeah, Laura. We would say in Belgium, Laura. This I'm gonna stop. Like I don't want to talk too much about her though. That was not the purpose of this live. Speaking of devil, mm-mm-mm. It is a beautiful name. Her name correlates with her beauty. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Like placed. Thank you. I appreciate you. That means a lot, man. That means a lot. I bet she's beautiful. Yeah, she is. All right, guys. 35 minutes in. Let's get a couple of more questions going. And then I gotta go. Your boy has got to go. I got big plans. We're gonna cook tonight. We're gonna go grocery shopping together. I love that. I just my favorite activity is like walking around with her and holding hands. And then we're gonna cook some stuff. Probably like salmon and sweet potato, maybe some pesto on there. And then she wants to go dancing, like salsa dancing. So I might just have to do it. Take 1/3 of the time. I am 30. I'll be 37 next month, and she'll be 28 next month. Well, this month. I guess, but I feel like I can't help and connect with people the same way how others who are socially not awkward. Yeah. Yeah, you're comparing yourself to others, you know? That's the issue. Um, I'm trying to figure out like what is the best like concise piece of advice I could give you to like get over that. I mean, it would help if I had some more. Honestly, it's kind of hard because I don't know if you're a girl, you're a guy. Like, it's kind of tricky. Speaking of being more precise, you can email me at lorenz.dries@gmail.com if you want to work with me. Despite these challenging times, despite the sword of Damocles swinging above my head, despite all of this pending doom, I'm still coaching my clients. I'm still mentoring my clients. So if you want to get in on that, hit me up. That's the email. Um, I should be hopping in the shower right about now because it's 8 to 6, which means I have 8 minutes. That reminds me of the Young Jeezy line. Let me hop up in the shower and get myself together. I'm in need about an hour. About an hour? I got real clientele. We ain't breaking shit down. We don't need no scale. That's right. Love Jeezy. Jeezy, honestly, the GOAT, in my humble opinion. All right. Thank you all so much. Have a fab Easter weekend, WrestleMania for me on Netflix. Hell yeah. Enjoy that, man. That's dope. And thanks a lot for the donation once again. It is greatly appreciated. It really means a lot. Um, I forgot that last night was the NBA play-in game, so I completely missed the Golden State Memphis game, which I wish I could have seen. But I am so hyped about the playoffs, and I'm so hyped about my Clippers. I've been repping Clip Gang all year. I went to the Intuit Dome this year. I was there, feet on the ground, in the arena, watching them play Dallas. And I've been calling it all year. This is the Clippers' year, man. Kawhi is back. He looks better than ever, honestly. His handles and the shooting is better than ever. Harden the GOAT. So I'm hyped. I'm super stoked about the playoffs. All right, y'all. Once again, thank you so much. If you're watching this, um, um, like delay later on, hit the thumb. That goes a long way. Um, the channel hit 5 million views today in total, so I think that's pretty crazy. 5 million views. I did that. That really happened. So yeah, proud of that. Very proud of that. And I think that'll be it. Don't forget, amor fati, live today, because tomorrow does not exist. None of this is that serious. It's just life. Don't stress it. It's all going to be fine. It's all going to work out. Take your time. Just sit back, plot, look at the data, be rational, be objective, make a plan, start executing, and the come up shall ensue. You are witnessing the come up and the downfall simultaneously. It's like a perfect storm. It's a beautiful thing, and I appreciate you guys for being here always. Thank you, High Tech Reviews UK. Just started watching your big inspiration. I appreciate you, man. I really do. Appreciate you a lot. I love all of you guys. But now I got to go. I got to go. Cause my love is on the way. She's literally gonna be here in 11 minutes. You know that song? Do me a favor after this live. Go listen to Nick Cave, The Right Horses. That is Nick, Nick Cave. He's pretty fucking big. You should know who he is. He has a song called The Right Horses. And in the last part of the song, that's how I'm feeling right now. Oh, the train is coming, and I'm standing here to see, 'cause it's bringing my baby right back to me. Go check that out. When you start singing, you gotta end. You gotta that's how you know you're OD. Peace out. Love you all.